Well, hello there everyone, and welcome back to more Let's Play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, when we were last together, we made it to Orlok's quarters, where we found a new power for our bat form. We also found a whole bunch of new items, and some new relics, that we'll put to good use eventually. But first, we have some new places to visit. And to get to those new places, we gotta get to the teleporters. And what do you know, there's a teleporter right here. Yep, that's more or less where I want to be. So did we ever get up over there? No, we didn't. You know what, we're nice and close, let's do it now before I forget. We're actually heading back to where we first fought our first bosses, actually. Now that we can fly, there's a whole couple... Well, I wouldn't say there's a whole bunch. Well, there is a whole bunch, but over here there's a couple of things we want to check out. Here's one of them. Now we can pick out any sub-weapon we like. So that's what we want. The skill of Wolf. That lets us perform a special move as the Wolf, which I think is actually a special spell for the Wolf. Let's see if I remember how to do it. I think that's it. Well, back is Alucard. We've got more to do real quick. I don't want to lollygag around too much. There's a lot I want to try to get done this episode. Nope. I'm going to go higher than that. Okay, here we go. Little room up here we can only get to by flying, or having a super jump. And what do we get? We get the Bat card. Bat card is another familiar. And even though I do like using the fairy, we're going to have to switch up our familiars a little bit coming up. Man, she's almost level 5. Let's hang on to her for a little longer. Down we go. We're going to start actually heading back towards well, almost the beginning of the game. Just ignore you guys. And we are going back underground. Still hoping we're going to get that rare drop from these guys. Come on, Alucard. There's a little room over here to the left by the waterfall that we can only reach now. And that skeleton ape just blew up that bridge. Something appeared near the wooden bridge. So there's another one. And we find the Herald Shield. Try using it. Not bad. Which way is this? There we go. We want to keep going this way. Annoying frogs. Let me tell you, not only are frogs annoying in video games, they're annoying in real life too. Oh, and there's another skeleton ape. I said they're annoying in real life, because I live over by the water around here, and those things are noisy as no one's business. And a wooden bridge, too. Now, if we put 2 and 2 together and get fish... Let's lure that skeleton ape over this way. Come on, you. Freaking frog. Frog's gonna ruin all our plans. Come on. A little more. There we go. Let's throw that barrel. Now we have access to these power-ups. But in addition to that, we've just opened up a new area. We are now in the abandoned mine. There's stuff to find around here. Right now we're going to leave that lion head alone. We're going to take advantage of this save room. Because look where we're going. That's right, we're going to hell. There's Cerberus, guarding the gates to Tartarus. Now, I've never really had much trouble with him. Because he sits pretty much in a perfect position to just get abused by holy water. And down he goes. And, you know, that looks kind of weird up there in the corner, doesn't it? Huh, maybe we'll figure out something to do with that a little later. Oh, and what do you know? More monster girls. And yes, witches count as monster girls. Well, for the purposes of this game, they count as monster girls. These little troublemaking gremlins. Ooh, what do we got here? Fire mail. You see, that's why we want to play on luck mode, because then things like that happen. Alright, it's not as much defense as the holy mail, but it's good against fire attacks. This little jerk is barring our path with his little fireballs here. Actually, how are we doing on the fairy's level? Because it's time to say goodbye to the fairy. Later, Tatiana. Because we are now going to summon the devil. I have this little imp that's going to hang out with us. How you doing, buddy? He needs a name. I'm going to call him Steiny. Little henchman should be called Steiny. Now, I don't use Steiny a lot, but Steiny has some uses. One of the big ones is that he can find secret doors. Not only can he find secret doors, he can press switches that we can't. And there's our last teleporter. That is all 5 of them, so now we can get around the map very quickly. We're going to put his ability to flip switches and poke things to good use.
A switch. Why don't I press it and see?
Yes, Steiny, press it and see. Oh, it's one of you. This is a Venus Weed. That's another monster girl. They have other names. I think Oralane or Oraline or something like that is one of them. It's also whooping my ass. Now right now the rose that it's in is white, but as you take damage, that rose will turn more and more red. And we find the Ring of Ares. If you equip the Ring of Ares, you get a strength bonus of 24. But your defense drops to nothing. So I say you're cool whether or not you want to use it. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. And there's some wall chicken, well, wall turkey, lots of peanuts, some tea, and a power of sire. Now we just gotta start making our way back the way we came. And we're gonna say goodbye to Steiny. Thank you for helping out, Steiny. And we are going to use the bat. At least just for a little bit so I can show it to you. And there you go. We got this little bat hanging out with us. And he'll do things that a bat normally does. But he also has a little reaction if we change our shape. Probably not the best idea to do it now, while we're in the middle of a fight. Normally the bat becomes infatuated with us when we turn into a bat. You start seeing little hearts and stuff popping off of them. Which leads me to believe that Alucard's bat familiar is female. And now we're in another new area, the catacombs. And we're going to say goodbye to our bat. You know what? The bat is going to be Bella. Later, Bella. And now we're going to use the sword familiar. And we're probably going to use the sword familiar for most, if not all, of the game at this point. We have a little sword that is going to, well, not a little sword, we have this sword that's going to float around following us. And it's going to attack enemies for us. And as it gets more powerful, its shape will change. Eventually, it will get so powerful that we can wield it like a weapon, instead of using it as a familiar. Now I gotta remember where I'm going. I think we can go both directions. Yep, what do we got here? We got the bloodstone, and we got the cat eye circlet. The cat's eye circlet will restore damage will restore HP when you're attacked by cats. There are some cat enemies in this game, but honestly I don't think it's quite worth wearing. And the Bloodstone improves your blood healing. You may remember I was using that earlier in the game. But now we're at such a point far in the game that it's not as useful to use. Well, might as well save again. There we go, I was wondering what happened to the music. And that's the sword screaming at us. Well, not at us, but screaming. Good sword, get those demons. There's a couple of reasons we came down here. One of them is a real strong piece of equipment we want to find. The other is a special boss. I want to see if we can't get both of them before we call it a night. Oh, those things are annoying. These little slimes, they don't take a lot of damage from normal attacks, but magic will ruin their day. Our holy sword has the right kind of magic on it. That's right, run. Run, you coward. Wow, it's dark in here. But we can change that. We use the echo of the bat. We can sort of see where we're going, and we want to be careful. This whole area is littered with spikes. And if we tap these spikes, we will revert back to Alucard and be stuck. And just take damage. But we've made it. Now the lights are back on. I'm gonna hang on to that axe for the time being. That's a good question. What kind of were-skeleton is that? A were-ostrich? Were-chicken? It does do a weird neck-stretchy thing. We've been killing it too quickly to really get a chance to see. And this is what we came down here for. The Spike Breaker armor. If we wanted to, we could just call it a day and get out of here. Spike Breaker armor is a little stronger than our Holy Mail, But the real benefit of the Spike Breaker armor is, while wearing it, you don't take damage from spikes anymore, and you destroy them. I'll show you guys what I mean in a second. There we go. There's that stretchy neck thing I was talking about. Get him, sword. Sword needs a name. What are we going to name the sword? I don't want to do anything too silly like Excalibur or Masamune or Damascus or anything like that. He's a nice, you know, a nice woody name. It's a good woody name for a sword. Steve has a kind of a woody quality to it. There you go. You see, all these spikes that would have spelled our doom are now being destroyed because we're wearing the Spike Breaker armor. Floyd? Well, you know, Floyd the Barber cuts his hair, so it kind of makes sense for a sword to be named Floyd. Alright, so me and Floyd, we're just going to head back to the save point real quick, because in case anything happens, we don't want to have to do that again. Run, you coward. Destroy your little arc, and then you don't want to hang out. Gotcha before you could blow up on us. Well, they don't really blow up, but they fire intense blasts of energy. Get back here, you. Now, I think a lot of these dolphins have bloody skeletons in them. There we go, we'll take those. We were just right outside of that. Oh, whatever he was, he's dead. Thanks for joining us, Floyd. Oh, now these guys can be trouble. They're gonna throw that horrible disc at me. That wasn't enough to put it down, but it didn't like it. Oof. Oh, that was my own fault. I just sat there and took that. Ballroom mask, that is another helmet. Alright, more heart up. And back here we have Ice Brand. Not quite as strong as the Holy Sword, but it does ice damage instead of holy damage. Let's see how that works on the enemies down here. About the same as far as this guy's concerned. Ow. I'm gonna let you be. And now we have the Firebrand. The Fire Sword of Oberon. Well, again, not quite as strong as our Holy Sword, but it does fire damage. In fact, I think we'll switch back to our Holy Sword. The Gremlins probably don't like the Ice Sword. Hey, what do you know? Save point. And now we have the Walk Armor. Walk Armor is very cool stuff too. Now already it's a bit stronger than our Spike Breaker Armor. And as you read, it says defense increases with map coverage. So the more the map we uncover, the greater our defense becomes. But our intelligence does take a hit. Now that's alright for the time being. Alright, I hope you're ready, because it's just about boss fight time. And this boss is a gruesome one. Now, it's called Gruffanlan, if I'm pronouncing it right, but you might know it in other games as Legion. It is a mass of corpses. And we gotta kind of beat our way through them all. Now, the corpses themselves, not so bad, not so dangerous. But they don't stop coming. Alright, and now we're starting to get at the nuggety center of this horrible thing. Yep, and now that we've opened up enough of it, we can start attacking the core. But to defend itself, it's going to shoot those beams of energy at us. Whoa, oh! Didn't want that to happen. Alright, we got a good chunk of it visible now. Let's start attacking from the other side. That's not what I want to do, Alucard. Actually, no, we got a whole bunch of nice items. Let's use a few of them. Yeah, let's give Magic Missile a shot. Let's give Boomerang a shot. Well, can't use it just yet. Good job, Floyd. Keep it up. Ooh, that was pretty good. Kind of fun to experiment with these items. Oh, almost jumped right into that. Because I gotta tell you, most of the time I don't even bother to use the items. So I can just get so much done as it is. But that javelin worked good on this thing. Good job, Floyd. It's exactly where I wanted you to hit. Well, I think that's going to be it. Let's get back to our holy sword. And down it goes. Good riddance, you. And our life max goes up. And what is our reward for all of that? An empty room. Great. Now, what do we got over here? We get more McGill. Probably not pronouncing that right, but is the black sword. It is strong versus holy. And, well, we haven't come across a lot of holy things in this game, have we? Well, there's one holy thing that we came across that Mormagil would be real useful against. And he is the master of the castle. Alright, well, since we beat the boss here, we now have platforms to help get us out. And you know what? I think that's going to be an episode. We're going to call it a video here. I'm going to go to that save room. And the next time we get together, we're going to put our new goodies to good use. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.